direction did we see the Ogre Chitin go in?
Towards the other buildings and the coins. So...
So deeper into the coins, then.
Mm-hmm. Farther and farther away from the slave pits, more and more into the coins. The part of the city that uses... Well, basically in the coins, anything can be sold.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it sometimes kind of seedy, but it's not the seediest part of the city.
Okay.
So some parts of it are cheap residential areas, a lot of it is markets. And as you can see, slave pits.
Yeah.
You also... Soren, could you make a knowledge local roll for me?
Sure. And that's actually a skill that I have, which is +7. All right. Oh. 10 total. I rolled a 3, so 10 total.
You would happen to know that this is not the only... Or these are not the only slave pits that exist. This is a place called Misery Row, which is one of the slave pits that are on the side of the street.
Uh-huh.
And they're most infamous for having the pits that can come down, and then from the bottom you can look in. In other places there are slave pits which are literally built into the ground and they're actual pits.
Okay.
And the hatches are more graded over so that people can look down. But they're usually not as easy on display as this one. You don't know the names of the other ones.
Okay.
But you do know that they exist.
Maybe... Maybe it would be time to check some of the pits and see if this has been happening everywhere or if it's localized to Misery Row.
I think so.
So did you guys come to any conclusions, or...
Well, I think we're going to follow up on the Augur Chitin lead, because that's basically the only one we have.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we know it has a weakness for rolling in puddles of blood.
So, if worse comes to worse, you could always stab me, and then it can roll around in me, and you could catch it.
Yeah. Actually,
no, I'm bleeding. Something's rolling in me.
I have an idea. Can I make a knowledge check, or like a knowledge local, to know if there's anywhere, like in the coins in the direction that it went, where there would be, like, large puddles of blood?
Sure.
Awesome. Let me see. What was my knowledge local? 7. Come on, better than a 3.
Yeah.
That'll do. 24.
Any sort of tavern or place where there's a bunch of bar fights. And of course in the coins, taverns are usually open all night long, 24/7.
Yeah.
Part of why it's so great here. And
Okay.
if that bar fight gets, what would the word be? Violent enough, then there will be blood, and maybe the Augur Chitin would chase it.
Okay.
Might be a bit too public, though, because Augur Chitins know they're not normal.
Yeah. I don't know. It rolled around in front of us.
True.
Oh, well.
Maybe an alley or something.
Yeah. Well, what do you say, Leaf? You want to go gut someone in that?
Chaotic good, chaotic neutral.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh. I mean, it's fine if you want to shift alignments, but the question is, do you?
Not really. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in shifting alignment. I'm thinking our best bet is probably to go check out some taverns then.
Right. See if we can spot a bar fight in the making. All right.
It's okay. All right.
So what would be like the most violent tavern around? Like, would that be another knowledge local, or do I have to do it? I just know.
You just know.
Cool. I'd imagine it'd have a reputation.
All right then, Soren. Let's head over to there. I proceed to lift up my cowl over my face because Leaf is very self-conscious about his elven beauty being marred by the horrible bee stings.
It's important.
I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm going to be as hooded as possible. And we're off to see the tavern.
Uh-huh.
Looking all mysterious like a Final Fantasy character, like, how did you get your face in that much shadow? There's only like a 2-inch hood.
I don't even have that much. My horns are like pushing up the hood and shit. I don't know, maybe I have a hole in my hood for my horns to poke out. I don't know. That could be a thing.
Well, your horns might have made the hole by now anyway.
That could be. That could be. They are pointy. They are very pointy.
All right. So, since you made such a high knowledge local check, you would know exactly where this is.
Yeah.
So you go up to it, and the name is a little more simple than most taverns. It goes a little bit off the rhythm, and it's just called the Goat.
Okay.
Nice.
Welcome to the Goat.
I like goats.
Goats are good.
And you are able to see inside that there's a fight going on as usual.
Awesome.
It seems like a bunch of people are watching,
though,
though, and usually the fights around here, everybody's fighting, but it seems like this is more of like a spectator match where two people just got in a fight.
Uh-huh.
And now just everybody's too tired and they're just watching.
Interesting. I proceed to find a quiet stool somewhere in the corner or
Preferably
something.
in a corner.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Where I can watch this.
Well, shit.
Crap.
A lot of
I just
people
try to
have
find
already
somewhere I
taken the
can watch and
corners.
remain mostly unnoticed.
And you actually have better luck kind of going in the center. Because it seems like a bunch of people who are sitting on the center stools have probably gotten up to watch the fight a little bit more up close. So the part actually most far away from anybody is actually the center stools in the center of the bar.
Okay.
I don't know, Soren. Usually being the center of attention isn't my forte.
Although if you take somebody's seat, it's likely that they'll get in a fight with you if they come back for their seat. Do what you can.
Well, I haven't been in a good fight this week, Leaf. Let's go take some stools.
Very well, but just so you know, I don't do fist fights. I do a little presentation that like ruffles my sleeves for no reason.
Oh, don't worry, I don't do fist fights either, and I
I
show
think
up
that
my
was-
claws.
So you take your seats.
Yep.
And there's no bartender that you can see right now.
No,
Probably
All right.
probably spectating.
that makes sense.
Although it's hard to tell which person in the group would be the bartender.
Okay. Well, I look over at the fight and see if I can tell who's winning or what they look like.
You can see one person with no shirt and black pants absolutely brawling with the other person who's in kind of all brown leather.
Mhm.
And he's got a white cape, and he actually kind of looks a little bit like a hero. That it looks like that's the kind of look that he was going for.
Nice.
But he's looking pretty bloodied right now. I mean, the other person's got a bunch of bloodied parts and fists and bruises himself, but
Are there pools of blood? Are we getting pools yet?
very, very small pools, like droplets.
Okay.
Although, give it some time, and if these people are resilient enough...
Or if anyone else joins in.
I say this is hardly violent enough for an Augur Chitin. We need something much more ambitious.
You see some more blood slipping down.
My first thought is incite a riot, but I'm not sure, one, how to do that, or B, if I should be chaotic good. And again, being chaotic good, I might just see it as a bit of fun.
Yes, well, I think being chaotic good, it's more like all for the better good, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't want anyone to die. I just want lots of people to bleed.
Oh.
That makes it okay.
That's the chaotic part.
I don't want them to end their suffering. I want their suffering to continue. Chaotic good.
Hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Really, I'm helping them in the long run.
Chaotic good.
Yeah, absolutely.
More like lawful evil, if you ask me, but hey.
Oh, come on now. I don't know, like I said, I wouldn't even be sure. I wouldn't even know really how to start that. So, For now, we'll watch and hope that more blood is spilled.
It's coming very slowly.
Since we took some stools, maybe we'll even have to defend ourselves into spilling some more blood.
Maybe we'll stay here till the fight is over, and then after that, we'll have to move along. Seems unlikely. I don't think that the Chitin's going to come.
You saying keep watching, and there's certainly not pools of blood by the time somebody is knocked out. Turns out the person who wasn't in the hero costume, or wanted the hero look, the person in the black pants, he got knocked out first.
Okay.
Interesting.
And everybody's kind of celebrating the victory of the hero, and you can see that on the back of his white cape, you can see some sort of red insignia of some sort.
It's unusual.
Is there a knowledge check to recognize the insignia?
Sure. What sort of knowledges are you good in?
I pretty much just have knowledge local. That's about all I've got. But I'll give that a shot. Maybe there's rumors of him about town.
Well, what the insignia is it's two gauntlets crossed like this. And you haven't seen anything like this before, except for on some of the people around in this tavern.
Okay.
Seems like maybe he's attracting a following of some sort, which would make sense.
First rule of Fight Club, you don't talk about Fight Club.
Yes, that seems to make sense.